It is game number 2 of the Ontario Hockey League preseason between the Peterborough Petes and the Erie Otters, as they are part of a back-to-back series here in the Peterborough Memorial Centre here in Peterborough, Ontario. Hello everybody, my name is David Bowie. Thank you so much for joining us here on this preseason matchup as hockey is back. We've got game number 2 between these two squads as Peterborough was able to defeat Erie yesterday 5-2, but there'll be some different lineups going on for this game as opposed to yesterday. And thank you so much for joining us here on the Peterborough Petes YouTube channel, or if you're here at the Mem Center watching at the corner of Lock and Lansdowne, we are here. Thank you to all the fans who are joining us here in the Peterborough Memorial Center and online. My name is David Bowie. Thank you so much for joining us here for some preseason hockey action as both the teams are getting ready to hit the ice as we are a few minutes away from our national anthems, and we will get the face-off happening here shortly as the Peterborough Petes already out there enjoying a 5-2 win yesterday as Caden Taylor had 2 goals and 1 assist. He led the way for the Petes, but not dressed for today's game as these teams have definitely shuffled around their lineups for today. Interesting note that the Peterborough Petes are going with the 11-7 lineup, 11 forwards, 7 defensemen this time around. As Lewis Sturgeon will be the 7th defenseman for the Petes here, as Erie will go with the traditional 12-6. It looks like the starting netminder today for Erie will be Chase Furlong, a 5th round draft pick out of 2023. He'll get the start as yesterday it was Owen Papp who played the entire way and led in 5 goals. So Furlong will get his opportunity here. Has yet to play a regular season game in the OHL, so let's see what he's going to be made of and see if he can try to crack the Otters roster later on. And then opposite to him will be number 34, Mason Johnston of the Peterborough Petes, who was able to play 5 games last season with an 0-2-0-1 record. And we are going to take it down to the floor as we are going to play both the American and Canadian national anthems. So for all our fans out there, please rise if you're able to, and we will just listen in on our national anthems. And we are back from the national anthems as we are moments away from the opening face-off. A big note from yesterday's game. Peterborough Petes were 3 for 8 on the power play, which helped them propel their 5-2 victory against the Otters today. So you got to wonder if the coaching staff of Erie has addressed that to its players. Stay out of the box. So we'll see what happens here. There were a ton of penalties yesterday. Peterborough incurring 5 of their own, which led to a 1 for 5 power play for Erie. So you have to imagine discipline is going to be a factor here. And let's see what's going to happen as we start game number 2 on a back-to-back series here. Adam Levac and Frasca are going to be in the face-off circle, and it'll be won by Peterborough. And immediately it's going to be dumped in, but Howard went off a defender, and Liam Lads will have to re-corral it. And Faulkner, who draws in today, chips it in. Levac giving chase. The puck will be corralled by Frasca. Peterborough with some forecheck here, trying to get possession of the puck. Levac has it from behind the net right now, but is being hounded, and Kaloric sends it back to the point. Kaloric with a goal. There's a shot and just tipped wide. And it'll be corralled by the Otters, and they'll gain possession of it here to try to start their first offensive attack. Frasca on the far side point. Sends it off to Henry here in the near side point, but can't get it off the half wall. Levac will just take it, and he'll just dump it in, but no icing call on that one, so we'll continue play here. Comes Ty Henry. Now to Murray. Murray passes out, and that's deflected by Pete's stick and goes to the near side boards. Both teams jostling for the puck here, and Pete's will come away with it as Brody Partridge will be able to get it out, and now it's dumped in, and Partridge will give chase to it. Partridge chips it over. Thatcher opts to sit back instead of play the puck, and it'll be dumped out into the neutral zone, and Murray's without his stick as he lost it after that minor little scuffle there, and he had to soccer it into the far side boards in the Pete's zone. Oh, nice little move there to get him out of the zone. That was Yanis Lutz. And offside is going to be called here, so we're going to stoppage and play with 18:26 left to go here in the first period. No shots on goal on either side. As opposed to yesterday, the first shot for each goalie, they were tested hard, as both of them saw a one-timer from the slot. Face-off will be to the right of Furlong, however, just outside the blue line, so in front of the Otters bench. As we get restarted here, this was a bit of an issue yesterday. A lot of restarts in the face-off circle, and Furlong will just glove that down, and he'll just let it be played by his Erie Otter teammate. Sock it along, and Cooper will try to clear it, and he will. It's played by a high stick, however, and as the Petes touch up here, we'll get a face-off here, likely in the Pete zone, as Pete's touched it last with the high stick. 18:08 left to go here. Still plenty of hockey as we have just got started. Thank you to everybody tuning in here on the Peterborough Petes YouTube channel for all your YouTube streaming needs. And we've got the Peterborough Petes games on here on YouTube. All the preseason games are happening here as the Otters win the face-off. Fraser with a shot, and that's easily blocked down by Johnston. Johnson, who came in the third period yesterday in relief, only allowed in 1 goal off a point shot that went off a deflection as he was trying to play it. We've got an interference penalty coming up here, I believe. It looks like that's going to be Joe Kadoran, the guilty party, and he'll head to the box. And it'll be a power play for the Erie Otters for the very first time this game. And that was an issue yesterday for both teams. Disciplined team leading to 8 power play opportunities for the Petes. They scored on 3 of them. Otters were able to score 1 for 5 on yesterday's game, so let's see if they can capitalize here and get a lead. Something they couldn't do yesterday. And that puck is cleared. Fraser will re-corral the puck in his own zone. Ready to start. Oh, a little whiff pass there. Here comes Levac. He might have a chance. No, but Furlong able to come out and play that puck and not give a chance here for the Petes against Ula, who had a great preseason last year. And draws into the lineup today. Dylan Edwards, one of the starting forwards. He's out there on the top power play unit. Edwards, cross pass, shot. That was deflected off a Pete's defender. I believe that was off Ula's skate. Now back at the point for the Otters. Edwards, back to Frazier. One-time chance, shot. That's saved by Johnston. And that sails over the net. Otters still have possession, however. 1:02 left on the power play for Erie. Edwards, cross pass. One-time attempt there, but not on the mark. Intended for Tyler Cooper. And that puck will be cleared. Cooper, a second-round draft pick in this year's Ontario Priority Selection. Otters thinking highly of him and see if he can have some offensive prowess today against the Petes. Henry. Pick it up and now into the far side corner boards. Little battle for it, and the Petes will be able to clear it, and Furlong will play it from outside the trapezoid. 20 seconds left on the power play as Erie will try to regroup and have one last attack with a man advantage, and they're just offside as Clinch try to keep his back foot in, but not enough. So we're going to stop the play here with 16:10 left to go here in the first period. Erie getting some fresh legs out there as there's 16 seconds left on the power play, their first of the game. Faceoff will be won by the Otters, and they'll just dump it in. Lutz is going to be the first to touch it up, but it's back to the point, and Erie will keep it in. Shot, and saved by Johnston. I believe that went off the skate of Caden Thatcher, but Johnston able to make the stop, and we're going to stop it here. 15:57 left to go here in the first period, and 3 seconds left of power play time for the Otters. Face off to the right of Johnston, and Erie will win it, and we are now back to even strength. Trevino with a shot, tipped and deflected wide. Pete's trying to clear, and they'll clear the zone. Trevino, pass it, and that just goes out of play. So we're going to stop it here. 15:42 left to go here in the first period as we are back to even strength. So the Pete's able to kill off their first penalty kill of the game. Pro blue line. And Erie wins the draw as Frasco was able to get that one back to his team. At center line, the puck is chipped into the Otters zone now. Here's a chance for Peterborough. And great back checking there from Gladman. 4th round pick this year for Erie. With a great back check there to thwart that attempt. Peterborough with a wide angle shot, but that is stopped. Chavez tried to go there on that difficult angle. And that puck is chipped in. Oh, there's a puck there, and that could be for a souvenir for a lucky fan now over here. We're going to stop the play here with 15:09 left to go here in the first period. Still early in the going here. Also in yesterday's game, the Peterborough Petes were dominating on the shots of goal department as well, but so far the Otters off with 3 shots. Peterborough's won largely in part to the power play that they received earlier, but failed to convert. And Hughes is thrown out of the face-off circle, and first-round pick Jake Murray will be in there to take it. And into the zone are the Otters. It's a chance shot, and Johnston makes the save, and that's battered away by Levac. Wanted to get it out of the danger zone there. And the Petes will have possession in their own zone. Bank pass, not on the mark, and Garrett Frazier will re-corral it. Stretch pass intended for Hughes, not there, and that will lead to an icing call. So we're going to stop it here with 14:39 left to go here in the first period. Still very early in this game. And definitely a better start for the Otters this time around. They incurred back-to-back penalties early going in the first period here. So this time they got a power play to start it off, but could not convert. Here comes Brendan Faulkner, and he fans on that one. Able to keep it in are the Petes. Pass not there, and it'll be cleared out into the neutral zone. Glove down by Hughes, and he'll get it at Ty Henry. Henry, a defenseman, just takes a bit of a slap, easy slapper there, and it goes to the near side corner. battle for it along the boards, kept in by Henry along the blue line, but his pass not there. Oh, almost could have been too many men there, as that could have hit Agrit's skate. And that would have got a penalty there, but luckily he was aware to lift his foot at the last second and not get that bench minor. Cooper. Get it off to his man. Shot at, saved by Johnson, who's able to shoulder that aside. Peterborough trying to leave their zone, but they're getting hounded in the neutral area. And back with it now are Erie, who are a lot more aggressive this time around as opposed to what they were yesterday. And Plante trying to cause some havoc. There's a race forward to the corner, and icing is waved off. Good hustle there by DiConzulo to wave off the icing. Edwards now has the puck in his own zone. Trying to get it out for Turner. Now he's at the far side point. Tries to chip it across. But Marintet, who had a great game yesterday, knocked it across. Joe Conorden couldn't handle that stretch pass. And we'll be back into Michael D'Alessio. Marintet with the interception. Oh, but he lost the puck. And now back the other way. Here comes a chance for Cooper. Cooper with a shot. Saved by Johnston. And he'll just cover up there. No harm on that little turnover there. A little gaff there by the Petes. Could have been a goal-scoring opportunity there for Tyler Cooper. Erie Otters' second-round pick. As both teams will get a little bit of a breather here as get a quick little timeout. If you're just joining us here, you are tuning in to the Peterborough Petes YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in to the broadcast and watching some Peterborough Petes and Erie Otters preseason action here for the Ontario Hockey League. Peterborough Petes winning convincingly 5-2 after a storming second period, or third period rather, from the Petes. Erie Otters would like to even up the score here. However, Erie had defeated Peterborough twice last year in the regular season as interconference opponents. Only get to play each other twice a year, and Erie took advantage of that opportunity. So face-off will be to the left of Johnston, as Hudson Wozni will be out there for Erie, and Sebastian Zeekel will be out there for the Petes, and Zeekel was waved off. So Chavez will come in and take the draw. It will be won by Peterborough. Marintet. Back it off the boards there. It's played by high stick. But an Otters touch it now. Here's a chance shot. Oh, and it just goes wide as Zeekel had a chance as the Otter mistakenly touched the puck, which waved off the high sticking. But Erie will come away unscathed on that one. And now Oliver Phillips will cross ice, dump it into the far side corner. Marintet will be first to be reaching the puck, but he's pinned up against the boards. But the Pete's able to get out of it as Thatcher has it and gets it off to Chavez. Chavez pass not on the mark there for Zeekel. And the Pete's will just kind of lightly dump it in. But that will be enough for icing, as D'Alessio was going to be the first man there. So we've got a stoppage of play with 12-13 left to go here in the first period. And a very quiet first period so far. As it was yesterday, it was 0-0 after one, and that's the score we have right now, scoreless. This time the Erie Otters are putting the pucks on Mason Johnston. Already 6 shots on net to Peterborough's 1. So a little reversal of fortunes, but still remains scoreless. And Erie will win the draw. Shot, and that was blocked as Chavez got down to make it. Edwards on his backhand. Tries to slink through. Oh, he is met up by a Pete there. And now puck being played from behind the net. Praska kind of playing with one hand there, almost high stick there. But it wasn't. It was pulled away at the last second, and play will continue. And Erie loses the puck on that check. Good job there for the Pete's defense to draw that puck loose. Furlong playing that puck out from behind the net. Now Erie coming back the other way. Here comes Edwards in the back end. Forehand shot. Saved by Johnston. Peterborough recovers the rebound, and they'll be able to chip it out to center ice. Corrales Galore takes the shot. Oh, rings one off the post. And it goes out of play.
Season's tickets are available
11:19 left to go here in the first period. Probably the best look for the Petes so far as Caloric trying to go for a 2-game point streak. Had a goal yesterday and just rung that one off the post. Probably close to the crossbar as well. I believe it almost hit the corner. And faceoff will be to the left of Furlong. And Hughes wins the faceoff for the Otters. That's chipped into neutral ice and battered away. Here comes Murray. Murray trying to glide in there. Still has the puck, but he's got 2 Petes hounding on him. Back to Trevino here in the near side point. D-to-D pass. Shot by Turner and deflected wide. On the near side wing. Murray. His pass is going to deflect it off of Pete, and Levac will have it coming back the other way. On the near side wing, Levac tries to pass it and tries to center it there, but nobody there. I believe that pass was intended for Hartnell, who's battling with the puck, and Kolaric will pick it up as the Petes have it in their own zone. Kolaric trying to bounce around to Brendan Faulkner. He's drawing into this game. He was scratched yesterday, and offside is being called here from the official, so we're going to stop it here. 10:31 left to go in the first period. We're almost halfway through, and we are still scoreless, much like what it was yesterday. But the Otters offense right now has been peppering Mason Johnston, Pete's goaltender, presumably the backup for this year. But he gets the start today in today's preseason. And he'll be backed up by Dylan Lee Stack, who had signed an OHL agreement and a scholarship to the Petes earlier in February. So we might see Lee Stack in action here later on as that puck goes out of play. Stoppage here with 10:15 left to go here in the first period. Face-off is going to be right in front of the penalty box here on the bottom side of your screen, just outside the blue line. And it'll be won by Partridge and Petes. Puck is dumped in, and Furlong is just going to cover up here, and we'll get another stoppage here. 10:10 left to go here in the first period. And a defensive zone face-off is going to be for the Otters here, as the Petes are going to switch up their blue line here for this one. Partridge and Plante will be in the face-off circle. It'll be won by the Otters. Defensive zone win as Edwards is able to chip it out to the neutral zone, but Lutz is able to get it and get it right back in. Otters in control of the puck in their own zone. Edwards trying to get it from circle around. He gets a check from Partridge. And Gladman will have to get it out. Hartnell chasing the puck. He'll be there first for the Petes. No icing as it could not reach the red line. D'Alessio being hounded, and there's going to be a penalty coming up here. It's going to be against Peterborough. And it's going to be a hooking call on Jerry DiConsolo. So the Peterborough Petes will have to go back to the penalty kill once again. The Otters so far have been pressuring the Petes all the way through this first period. Face-off will be to the right of Johnson. The Petes killed off the first power play. Let's see if they can kill off this second man advantage that the Otters will get. And they're going to restart the face-off here. It looks like the VAC won that way too cleanly. Referees are getting things sorted out here before we get the face-off draw. It'll be Levac versus Frasca. And the face-off is won by Peterborough in the defensive zone. And that's going to be slapped and cleared. Oh, look at that puck kind of flutter a little bit. Levac is first to get it there, but he's already met by Garrett Frazier. And he'll knock him off the puck, and Dylan Edwards will start the attack. Edwards, to center ice. He crosses the blue line. Pass out in front. Here's a chance. Back, Hughes. Nice pass. Edwards with a shot, and he scores! Some fancy passing from the Erie Otters, and Dylan Edwards capitalizes on a wide open net and beats Mason Johnston. It is 1-0 Otters. And you will look back on that power play. That was textbook passing from the Otters. There was not a lot of room for the Petes to be able to stop Erie on that one. And it finishes off with a Dylan Edwards goal. So 1-0 is where we stand here as the Otters capitalize on their second power play attempt. And now they're right back at Esplante. We'll just kind of wheel it around the rink on the far side boards. As Peterborough will come away with it as McGregor has it. One-time chance and saved by Furlong as he flashes the leather and makes the stop to keep it a 1-0 game. Furlong not tested much here, but there's a second, probably the second good opportunity for the Petes to score. Furlong up to the task, making that nice glove save. 8:44 left to go here in the first period. As the Otters scored on their second power play opportunity, drawing first blood. Face-off won by the Otters. Puck is cleared to the neutral zone. Peterborough trying to get back into the offensive end. And here comes Joe Kadoran. Centering pass. There, but a puck is just loose there as Zekel could not quite handle it there, trying to handle it on his backhand with one hand. But very tricky to control that, and there's going to be a delayed penalty call coming up against the Otters. Slap shot save, and Erie will touch up there, and we will have a power play for the Petes. It'll be their first time today on this matinee preseason game here. Hope you are all enjoying your Labor Day weekend. Sure we all can enjoy this long weekend, but we're out here bringing you the broadcast and hope you are enjoying some OHL preseason action here between the Petes and the Otters, as the Petes will look to try to tie this up here as their first power play opportunity, as Erie scored on their second opportunity, and Petes are looking to tie things up. Levac and Frasca in the face-off circle will be won by the Petes. Hartnell send it out to Lutz. Back to Hartnell with a shot, and that was deflected and goes wide. May have hit Brennan Faulkner. And Faulkner has it. He hands it off to Levac. Now from behind the net, Levac tries to chip it through. Instead, he thinks the better of it. Wrist shot goes off an Erie defender, now being played from behind the net. Pete's still keeping on the pressure. They have possession. Lutz. Nice pass. One-time attempt there, but just whiffing on it was Brendan Faulkner. And Faulkner is able to glove that down. However, Edwards is able to get it out of the zone. Crossing the blue line, Edwards tried to take the shot, but good back checking there by the Petes to prevent any chance. And now here comes Peterborough back the other way. Gaining the line. Now into the far side corner. Back out to the point for Lads. Now for Cloric, who takes a shot, and that just goes way wide. Hartnell able to get the puck from the far side point. Hartnell. Stick handling. To Levac. Right behind Gretzky's office. Get it to Cloric. Cloric tries to take a little bit of a shot. It goes off his skate, but able to re-corral it. Now Lads. He's got to take the shot through traffic, and it just goes wide. Hartnell over able to re-corral the puck. 33 seconds left on the power play. Erie can't clear it, and the Peterborough Petes still pressuring on. Defense might be tired. Lads with a shot, and that just goes deflected, and it goes high. And they'll be able to get it out of the zone as tired legs from the Otters will go back to the bench. Peterborough will get their second unit on. Oh, and there's a turnover there, and Hughes has it. Now he's going to play it from behind the net. Will he try to score, or will he just try to eat some clock up? And now he's pinned against the far side corner boards. Peterborough able to come away with it now, trying to leave their zone, and they will. Caden McGregor out there, the #1 overall pick in this year's priority selection. Oh, and there's a centering pass intended for McGregor. But he couldn't quite get it. It was deflected off an Erie stick. And we will get a stoppage here with 6:05 left. And I do want to apologize to McGregor for yesterday's broadcast. I said he didn't have many shifts at all, any yesterday, but he did. He was on the special teams. And McGregor out there getting some even strength time here as well. I'm sure Peterborough fans are excited to see what McGregor is going to bring to the table for the Peterborough Petes, considering he's the first overall pick in franchise history for Peterborough, and they are one of the longest serving teams in the OHL. And they needed it too after being dead last in the last 2 OHL seasons, and that's coming off an OHL championship after that too, that they won 3 seasons ago. Erie in the offensive zone here. Edwards trying to play it from the near side boards. That'll be taken away by Peterborough, and Chavez. He'll gain the line, but he lost the puck in the process. Now it's on the near side corner in the Otters zone. Clinton will be able to clear it out, but Thatcher able to get it for the Petes. Thatcher in his own zone, waits up, and his pass is kind of intercepted and dumped right back in. He'll try it again, and Chavez will just kind of tip it in on the dump in, and we'll get some fresh legs here for the Petes and the Otters as both teams will change up some lines. D'Alessio, who was in yesterday's game, and he'll get another game here today, as many of these players have swapped in and out for this back-to-back series. Here's a chance at Johnson having to cover the puck as he dives out, and that puck was loose. 4:57 left to go here in the first period. Otters enjoying a 1-0 lead over Peterborough thanks to Dylan Edwards and his power play goal. Caleb Hughes and Tyler Cooper credited with the assists on that lone goal, and that's where we stand, 1-0. Erie right now currently 1 for 2 on the power play. Peterborough 0 for 1. That was a big story of yesterday, as the Peterborough Petes were 3 for 8 on the power play. That helped them get the 5-2 victory against Erie yesterday. And the Otters were 1 for 5, capitalizing on their last power play opportunity. And face-off will be to the left of Mason Johnston in the Petes zone. Hudson Wozni will be out there to take the draw with Sebastian Ziokel of the Petes, and it'll be won by Peterborough. Circled around the net, but doesn't quite ring around. That's kind of the joke of the OHL, that the Peterborough Memorial Center has the square board, so ringing it around is a little bit more tricky of trying to clear them. Battle for it on the near side corner. 4 Petes and 2 Otters battling for it, and the Otters will win that battle, and Trevino has it, takes a shot from the point, saved by Johnston as he gets the right pad on that one. And now here come the Petes coming back the other way. DiGonzolo, here's a shot for Letson. Oh, that just goes wide. Second chance as DiGonzolo tries to take a sharp angle bid, but it can't find the net. DiGonzolo with a shot. Save by Furlong. And the Otters will have possession of it in their own zone, but they're not out of the woods yet, as that puck is in the near side corner. 2 Otters and 2 Petes, and now a third Otter comes in. That's Wozni coming in to join. The words from the referee to tell him to play on, as that puck is still stuck against the boards. There's some pushing and shoving, and then the referees are going to call it here as they're getting a little feisty here with some a little bit of cross-checking there, but no penalties called. We'll get a stoppage here with 3:44 left to go here in the first period. Otters leading the shots department 9-5, and that's been shown on the scoreboard. It is 1-0. Face off to the left of Chase Furlong in the Otter zone. Levac and Hughes are taking the draw, and it'll be won by Erie. Frazier tries to clear it, but it winds up in the stick of Hughes, and Agret takes a shot, and I believe it went off Liam Ladd's skate, or shin pads rather. Petes can't clear, and it's kept in by the Otters at the blue line. And Peterborough able to clear. Here comes Levac. He's all alone right now. Takes a shot. Easy pad save there for Furlong. Pete's able to recover the puck. Centering pass not there as it went off Hughes' skate or stick. And Henry will carry it out, and he gains the line to Agret on the near side. Agret, shot! It's saved by Johnson. He gets the blocker in the way. Stays in play on the far side boards. And Peterborough will be able to clear it. However, it goes out of play. However, into the Otters bench, so no delay of game. Well, the referees right now are talking about it to see, did that go into the bench or did it go beyond that? And they're saying delay of game. So Adam Levac is going to go to the penalty box for the Peterborough Petes, and it'll be a delay of game penalty call here as the Otters will go back on the power play, successful their last time around. And not the break that the Petes wanted to see here with 2:54 left to go. Face-off won by the Otters. The far side point to Cooper. He'll get it to Frazier. Down with Edwards. Edwards loads up, passes across, and that pass was knocked away by Yanis Lutz. And that will clear the zone and onto the neutral ice. And Erie will have to get themselves regrouped here for their next offensive attack. Edwards, get it to Frasca. Frasca gains the line. Tried to leave it back for Hughes, but it goes back across the blue line, so they'll have to tag up again on the offside. Peterborough very aggressive here on the penalty kill. As Yanis Lutz eats up a couple extra seconds with his forecheck. Puck now played from behind the Pete zone. Edwards able to keep it in for the Otters. That's Cooper from behind the net, but he's pushed up against Lads. Now in the far side corner, Kaloric. And the Petes are able to clear the zone. It'll be coming out as Furlong will have to play the puck from outside his net. And he'll get it to Ty Henry, one of the starting defensemen. He's a little tripped up there, but he gets up quickly and play will continue. 41 seconds left here on the power play for Erie. 1 for 2 so far, making it look 2 for 3, hopefully, for the visiting team. Peterborough trying to clear it, but it's held in at the line. Misiak getting spun around there like a washing machine. But the Otters able to keep control of it here. Here comes Henry. Misiak, cross pass for Agrat, not quite there on the mark. And Levac getting ready to come out. The final minute of play here. Toe drag shot. It's saved by Johnson through the screen. And we're back to even strength. 1 for 3 now on the power play for the Otters. Plant coming in, gains the line. Coming in with speed. On the outside, takes a shot. Easy save by Johnson to rebound. And that's battered away. Trevino keeps around, and this time Johnson will be able to cover up as that puck goes right to him. We're going to stoppage and play here with 34.2 seconds left to go in the first period. And discipline problems seem to be a thing here for the Petes here in the early going. Already 3 penalties here in the first period. One of them leading to a goal. And that's where we stand right now, 1-0. Otters over the Petes. Face-off will be to the right of Mason Johnston. And that face-off will be won by the Petes, but the puck is kind of juggling around. Now Wosley takes a shot, goes off a skate and goes wide. Petes just probably looking to hang on here and try not to allow anything in the last 20 seconds of the period, but now it's in the Erie Otters zone. Let's see if Peterborough can capitalize here in the last second gasp of the period. Pass intended for Phillips, not there. Will it be icing? Yes, it will, as they're saying Phillips did not touch the puck. I thought he may have glanced a little bit, so icing is called against the Otters with 8.3 seconds left. So you're going to see if the Petes can draw something up here as assistant coach and goaltenders coach Andrew Werner is doing the head coaching duties today for the Peterborough Petes in this preseason. Let's see if Peterborough can score in the dying seconds of the first. And Erie wins the draw, a very important one. And Erie's just going to be content with just eating out the clock. And that is going to do it for the first period, as the Erie Otters get a power play goal from Dylan Edwards, and that is the game's lone goal to kick off this first period of preseason action between the Peterborough Petes and the Erie Otters, as the Otters lead 1-0 over the Petes. We will be right back after this short break. Don't go away. You are watching OHL preseason action here on the Peterborough Petes YouTube channel. Hello everybody, we are back for Ontario Hockey League preseason action as the Erie Otters are enjoying a 1-0 lead over the home Peterborough Petes, as both these teams are currently in their second game of the preseason. Hello everyone, my name is David Bowie. Thank you so much for tuning in to us on the Peterborough Petes YouTube channel, and for all the fans that are out here at the Peterborough Memorial Center getting in some preseason hockey action. Yep, hockey is back. One of the greatest times of the year. I'm absolutely excited to see what this OHL season has in store for us. This is game number 2 for both these teams as they are part of a back-to-back, as Peterborough gets to be the home team for both of these games. Pete's won 5-2 yesterday night against the Otters, but right now it is Erie who has the 1-0 lead, as we are a few minutes away from starting the second period, as both these teams are getting ready to come out onto the ice. Peterborough will try to tie things up here in the early going in the second period. Again, yesterday we were scoreless after 1, but this time it is Erie who gets first blood. They lead 1-0 right now, leading shots on goal 13-5 over Peterborough. Quite the complete opposite of what yesterday was, but there are a lot of players who have drawn in this game and were scratched yesterday. For Erie, that would have been Callum Hughes, Dylan Edwards, Gabriel Frasca, and Alex Miasek for the forwards, and Ty Henry and Garrett Frazier draw into this game. They didn't play yesterday. And for Peterborough, it was Brody Partridge, Elijah Chavez, Gary DiConzolo, Joseph Cadoran, Brendan Faulkner for the forwards. And then there's a big shuffle for the Pete's defense this time around. Callum Hartnell against Ula, Liam Lads, Luis Sturgeon, Caden Thatcher, and Nolan Davis drawing in as 6 defensemen. The only lone defenseman that stayed in from yesterday was Thanasi Marintet, who had a great game yesterday, helped contribute to the Petes' victory. And the Petes have the 11-7 lineup, going with 11 forwards and 7 defensemen this time around, with 6 new defensemen. As again, Marintet, the only defenseman staying in for both games. As we are ready for the second period face-off. Otters up 1-0. Let's see if Peterborough can respond here. As we are ready for the face-off, and let's start the second period of OHL preseason action. We're getting some whistles here. There's a little bit of slashing going on there at the top of your screen. As Faulkner and Misiak were going at it a little bit there. And the Petes will have the puck in their own zone against Ula. Well, had some good preseason success. He actually scored, I believe, there's a quick shot, and one-timer Caloric not on the mark, as Ula was able to get a preseason goal last year against the visiting Sudbury Wolves. We were in Norwood for that game. Puck is in the neutral ice as Ty Henry will play it. He'll get it over to Frasca. Oh, and a hard hit there, as Levac just kind of ate that. And the puck's frozen up there by Furlong, who stays in. So we'll get a stoppage here. 19:15 left to go here in the second period. Plenty of time for both these teams to rack up some more goals, as a lot of these players are playing for a spot on the opening night rosters. And the Peterborough Petes will win the face-off over that D-to-D pass. Could not be crossed by Marintet, as it goes off his skate and out of the blue line. Peterborough forechecking successes. They turn the puck, force the turnover rather. Here comes Marintet on the near side. Shot and saved by Furlong. Rebounded, taken by the Otters, and they'll come out of their own zone. Across the blue line, but Marintet able to get that puck, and his pass is intercepted and dumped right back in. Marintet to Lutz, one-touch pass, and Brody Partridge will come out with it. Partridge dumps it in. Erie there first to grab it, and they'll be able to control the puck coming out of the zone. Pass not on the mark, and Davis will pick it up for the Petes in his own zone. He'll send it back. And Lutz will have it here on the blue line. Lutz. Cross-ice pass for McGregor. Pete's fans would love to see what McGregor can do as he's on the ice. Number 16. Gladman. Did a deep pass for D'Alessio. Back to Gladman. Gladman with a shot. Saved by Lee Stack, who's taking over the goaltending duties here. And that's going to be an icing call. So we're going to stop and play here with 17:47 left to go here in the second period. Dylan Lee Stack, a new addition to the Peterborough Petes for this year, as in February he signed an OHL scholarship and development agreement to the Petes. The New York native. He's a Yale Junior Bulldogs 16U product. I also played 8 games for Brunswick School in Connecticut. And now here he is with the Peterborough Petes, vying for a spot. Easton Ryan, Mason Johnson likely ahead of them in the depth chart, but this will be his first action he'll get to see as a Peterborough Pete. Hartnell with the puck in his own zone. Cross-ice pass, and it is intercepted. Plant kind of lost the puck there, but D'Alessio able to pick it up. D'Alessio stick handling through. There's a shot, and it just goes wide. And Fraser will corral it in his own zone. Erie Otters regrouping. Here comes Cooper. He gains the line on the far side. Cooper being hounded, tries to cross pass it through the crease. Fraser's got it here on the near side now. He's going to come behind Gretzky's office. And he'll just drop it off for his D-man. Blunt circles around. Tries to saucer it through, but it's off a Peterborough stick intended for Henry. A bit of a difficult pass to make, and Chavez will corral the puck. He'll try to clear the zone. He can't. Erie's forecheck still on it. Peterborough having trouble trying to clear it, and they finally will, but Henry able to re-corral it for the Otters. He's got it in his own zone. Tries to spin around, but Chavez trying to knock that puck off. Peterborough trying to apply some pressure, turn that puck over. Being played from behind Furlong, who's still in net for the Otters. Wasn't able to come out with the puck. He'll get it to Henry, who's along the far side wing, trying to fight through a check, and he falls down. Puck is loose, and it'll be picked up by Brooks. Johnny Brooks cross-ice pass. That's stopped by Cabral. Now back the other way is Henry. He's being spun around. He gets a chance anyway. Oh, and Lee Stack will just cover it up there as Henry was tied up. Oh, and there's a little bit of extracurricular activity going on there. I thought Ty Henry almost laid a punch into Sturgeon. I think he just got the visor, or the face mask rather than his face. And looks like we're getting coincidental minors here as Sturgeon and Henry will head to the box. So Henry's going to be in the box for a slash, and Sturgeon will be in there for roughing. So we have coincidental minors here, and it's going to be 4-on-4 hockey. That'll open up a little bit more space here for these teams to possibly score. 15:49 left to go here in the second period. Faulkner will be in the face-off circle against Gabriel Frasca. And the referees are going to move the face-off circle from outside the Pete's zone. So we'll get it here just in front of the Otters bench at the top of your screen, just outside the blue line. Face-off won by the Petes. And Kaloric will just kind of one-hand chip it and dump it into the zone. The Otters will have the tag up here and get the puck. Otters trying to retain control in their own zone. Pete's applying pressure, but finally will be settled down by Trevino. Trevino at the puck first from that little chip. Back to Turner here. D-to-D pass. Shot, and that goes off Caloric. And that was blocked, and Caloric now has it on his stick. Behind the back pass for Hartnell, and Hartnell will just chip it along the boards, and will get fresh new legs for the home team as the Otters will regroup here and start their next offensive attack. Nice job by Cadorn to turn that puck over. He gets to Marentet. Marentet tries to get a shot, but that just goes wide. There's Caden McGregor. Now to Marentet here on the near side, blue line. Takes a shot, that just goes way wide. Expecting maybe a tip. There's a one-time attempt, but that just goes off a stick. And back the other way come the Otters. Edwards, he'll just circle around and cross the blue line back. And now Gladman will just take a shot from the point. Easy save there for Lee Stack. Another shot just goes way wide. Marentet will be there first there, but he receives a check. But he's able to get it safely to Caden Thatcher. Will try to bank it off the boards and gets it successfully to Cadoran, but Cadoran loses the puck immediately. Good back check there by McGregor to knock that puck off, and McGregor will go off, the number 1 overall pick for this year's OHL priority selection. Pete's fans excited to see him. Battle for it along the near side boards. In the Pete zone, Gladman tips it up for Hughes. Hughes stops up, centering back shot. Oh, and it just goes wide. Lee Stack was there. Here comes Lutz now on the far side wing with a bit of a toe drag, almost behind, dancing the skates. Turnaround bid, that just goes wide in the near side corner. Ula with a shot and save. There's another one on the backhand. As DiConzolo tried to get that one through, but couldn't find it through the traffic. Ula with a shot and save. And Furlong will cover it up as he traps it. And we'll get a freeze play here with 13:23 left to go here in the second period. Otters still enjoying a 1-0 lead over Peterborough as we are approaching the halfway point of the second period. A lot of fast hockey happening here with very few whistles. Got a little bit of a break here as our game crew comes out and scoops up some of the ice. Big thank you to all of our staff and volunteers helping out here, and not just here in Peterborough, but throughout the OHL. We could not be running without your guys' help. So big thank you to everybody out here contributing to the OHL and making it a fantastic league, producing many stars. As we all know, one of the NHL's biggest stars in Connor McDavid came from the other side, the Erie Otters. And I don't see that fan out here today, but yesterday I did see a fan with a rather unique Edmonton Oilers Connor McDavid jersey out here supporting the Erie Otters. I've never seen an Oilers jersey quite like it. Someone might have to do their research and tell me where that jersey came from exactly. I don't see him in the stands today, but maybe he's just eluding my eyes as we speak. Nothing else, there are some Erie Otters fans out here, and I'm sure there are plenty of you in the chat there supporting it. I see it there. And the faceoff will be won by the Petes. Ula takes a wrist shot, he scores! As Gents Ula ties it up with a beautiful wrister. And we're all tied up 1-1. And that was exactly what the Peterborough Petes needed. Winning the faceoff draw against Ula, who had a great preseason last year, continues his preseason ways here into next year as he wrists one home. Had a lot of real estate to work with, and he ties it up. Petes win the faceoff here and get into the zone. Brooks trying to fight through a defender, and that'll be covered up there by Furlong. Slowing it down here as we're all tied up here at 1 apiece. Goal coming in at 6:43 officially on the time scorer sheet. Face-off will be to the left of Furlong. And it'll be won by the Otters as swooping in was Caden Edwards. This shot saved by Lee Stack. As Turner holds possession there for the Otters. Ziegel trying to get that puck out, but he can't as that's knocked loose by Edwards. And Lads will circle it around. Pete's can't clear the zone, and it's still dumped in here to the near side corner as Ula will be the first to have it. He'll backhand it, and the Petes will be able to get it out, and it's chipped in. But it will be icing as it was not chipped in past the neutral line. So we're going to stoppage of play here with 12:31 left to go here in the second period, and faceoff will come back in the Pete zone, I presume to the right of Lee Stack, getting his first action as a Peterborough Pete here in the preseason. Yesterday it was Easton Rye and Mason Johnston, as Rye had the first two periods, Johnston coming in the third period. Johnston got one period here so far, and now Lee Stack will go the rest of the way. Jerry Deaconzolo and Liam Lads credited with the assists for the Ula goal. We're all tied up at one. Here comes Hughes, gains the line. On his backhand, tries to take a shot. Goes off Lee Stack's glove and played from behind the net. And that gets chipped out into the neutral zone, but dumped right back in as Lee Stack will come out to play it and leave it for Lads. Faulkner out to Levac. Levac stops up and he'll just turn around bib, but that puck is batted down by D'Alessio. And he'll come back the other way and he'll just cross ice dump it, and Lee Stack will come out to play it. And now Gladman will have it in the neutral zone. Now for Henry. To Wozni, and he'll chip it on his backhand. As Agrat couldn't quite handle it. And the Petes will take over with possession. Levac. And he'll backhand it in and dump it in. Faulkner giving chase, but the Otters are there first. Ty Henry there, first out the puck. There comes Kalorik. Looking for his second goal of the series. He scored once yesterday. Cabral coming out with it. Lyndon Cabral. Oh, takes a shot and save. There's a rebound chance. That just goes wide. And Lee Stack has seen enough, and he'll freeze the puck. Lyndon Cabral, one of the two fourth-round draft picks that Erie had this year. They had an extra fourth-round pick. Oh, there's some extracurricular happening here as Phillips giving a bit of a shove here as the referees are breaking it up. Cabral was one of the two fourth-round draft picks of Erie. Erie also didn't have a third-round draft pick this year in the Ontario Hockey League's priority selection. And the other fourth-rounder, AJ Gladman, is also playing in today's game. Both of them were also playing in yesterday's game. So 4 players from the Otters in this year's priority selection are playing in this weekend's games. Only 2 from Peterborough's draft are playing. There's a quick shot and saved by Lee Stack as he had to juggle it for a little bit as it went into his chest, but able to control it into his glove. And we're going to stop it here with 10:57 left to go. Otters first round pick Jake Murray and second round pick Tyler Cooper also out there with to join the 2 fourth-round picks for Erie. Jerry Deaconzolo for the Petes, a 4th-round pick, also playing in today's game. Of course, the first overall pick, Caden McGregor, also out there. Is on the bench right now. As the Petes gain the zone, takes a shot. And where did it go? I think it went out of play. I don't think Furlong saw where that puck had went originally. But I believe it went out of play, so we're going to stop it here with 10:45 left to go here in the second period. We're all knotted up here at 1, thanks to against Ula goal. Lads and Deaconzolo with the assists on that one. Faceoff will be to the left of Furlong. And it'll be won by the Erie Otters. Turner can't get that puck cleared as Joe Cadoran will get it, scoop it up. Centering pass not there. That was deflected. And there's a Pete there that's slow to get up. That's Caden McGregor. He's out there on the ice right now, and he's getting into the pushing and shoving matches. Uh-oh, there's a little bit of a tussle here. It's Turner and Cadoran getting into it. McGregor now is being held up and shoved around. I don't think McGregor wants any part of that, as Trevino has got him by the jersey right now and is refusing to let go. McGregor giving a little bit of a shove there as he goes to retrieve his stick. It'd be a bit of a nightmare situation if Pete's fans saw their #1 overall pick get hurt in a preseason game. I've been at several press conferences where McGregor has been around. When he was first introduced to the Peterborough public. It's quite a decent crowd out there for his introduction to the team, and they are happy to have him. McGregor is kind of wincing in pain a little bit there, but he will remain on the bench. Hopefully he'll be okay, but he is there and he is taking a seat. As the referees are just sorting things out here, it looks like we have some coincidental penalties happening here. Joe Cadoran is in the penalty box for Peterborough, as Oliver Turner will be in the box for Erie. So right now, the referees right now I think they're trying to assess if what the length of the penalty is going to be, if there's potential 10 minutes misconducts, possibly major penalties. My guess is they're going to be minor penalties. As one of the officials here are talking to the scorekeepers here in the penalty boxes. Official pair is talking with them, having a chat. And now the official's talking to Brennan Faulkner and Dylan Edwards. These are the captains for today. So we don't see anything yet on the scoreboard on the length of these penalties yet, but it looks like these two will be in the sin bin for quite some time. I'm seeing 5 Otters right now on the ice, so that would suggest that it is still going to be even strength. So with that being the case, perhaps this could be 10-minute misconducts or possibly 5-minute majors here, but I don't know what would warrant it being a major, or perhaps misconduct penalties. Still don't have an official word yet on what these penalties are or the length of them. There's a second Peterborough Pete that has entered the box. That's Johnny Brooks now. So it looks like it's going to be a 5-on-4 power play for the Otters. Otters already 1 for 3. So the Peterborough Petes coming out on the short end of the stick there, but they win the draw as Levac will corral the puck after winning the faceoff. And Levac is opted to take it out, and now there's some pushing showing on. The gloves have come down. Marin Tet is getting into it for the Petes. There was a downed Otter there for a moment. That was Jake Murray. And now a second Otter has come in to join the fray. That's Ty Henry coming in there. He's tied up right now with Marin Tet. The referee, one of the linesmen is restraining Jake Murray from trying to re-enter the fray. So this is going to be an interesting bet. Oh, and Marin Tet throwing a couple punches. And one of the linesmen have fallen down, and so is Marin Tet. They're on the ground. And some applause here from the fans as they're going at it even after the referees are trying to split them apart. There's quite the language coming out from the Otters bench, some selective words coming out from, I believe, Gabriel Frasca, who just a second ago slapped his stick against the glass in anger. As Marintet just riles up the fans here, as he is going to be escorted off the ice. Certainly giving the crowd here their admission's worth today. Even though it's preseason, doesn't mean there's anything short of excitement here as fans treat it to another fight. We did have one yesterday as well. So now Caden Thatcher has joined the penalty box for the Peterborough Petes. The penalty doors are open for the Otters, but we haven't seen a player go into there right now. But Marintet now out of the game, at least for the period, perhaps maybe getting a 10-minute misconduct. Now there's 10:18 left on the clock. So we'll see what happens here. See if he's able to rejoin the game here in the third period. But right now, 3 Petes are in the box. Thatcher, Cadoran, and Brooks. Where Ty Henry is the lone Otter in the box. But again, that penalty door is open, which would suggest that there is another player going to join them. But the referees right now are talking to the captains. Also quite the amount of litter on the ice as well, as there are broken sticks, gloves all over the place, how to be cleaned up here. And again, if you're just tuning in here, you are watching OHL preseason action here on the Peterborough Petes YouTube channel, where we're all tied up here at one apiece. My name is David Bowie. Very happy for all of you on YouTube joining us here on the broadcast, as well to all of our fans out here at the Peterborough Memorial Center. We've got many from Erie out here watching their Otters, and many Petes fans out here enjoying some preseason action. Thank you to all of our fans here supporting the Ontario Hockey League. As we've just gone through a bit of a scuffle, 2 in a row in fact, as they happened whistle the whistle. And right now the linesmen are still trying to discuss with our timekeepers here in the penalty box on the length of these penalties and how long they're going to be. We saw Thanasi Marintet, who was escorted off the rink and into the dressing room. Presumably he's got a 10-minute misconduct, but we don't have that officially on paper yet. But with 10:18 left on the clock, seems to be the logical choice here, but we don't have an official word yet. And we're still waiting to see if Erie's going to have another man in the box, and they were on the power play for all of 9 seconds, and we're just seeing if that's going to change, as that fight occurred 9 seconds into the power play. So a very lengthy wait for both these teams, as the referees are trying to sort everything out. Again, 2 linesmen are out there on the floor talking with the captains, as the other 2 officials are speaking with the timekeeper, as she's trying to write down everything that the referee is saying right now. So a whole lot to sort out here.
Your Peterborough penalty for number 6, Joe Cadoran, 2 minutes for cross-checking, 2 minutes for roughing, and a 10-minute misconduct.
So Joe Cadoran has a 2-minute penalty for roughing and 2 for cross-checking, and then also a game misconduct, or 10-minute misconduct penalty rather, Joe Cadoran. So Cadoran is actually being told to get out of the box and back into the locker room. As that's not the first time he has entered the penalty box here tonight, as he had the first penalty of the game, an interference call, and Cadoran will go back into the dressing room. His period's done, and it looks like Oliver Turner of the Otters has also been sent back to the dressing room as well. So it looks like he is likely to also get a 10-minute misconduct penalty as well. So he's likely done for the second period. Three of the officials are still talking with the captains, as one linesman's out there just trying to keep order between the two teams. Right now I see 3 Petes, and we see 4 Otters, so maybe it could be a 4-on-3 power play, as this did happen when it was 5-on-4 in favor of the Otters. So perhaps we'll see 4-on-3. There's still a minute 51 left on the Cadoran penalty. So the penalty box is empty for the Otters, but there are now 2 Petes in the penalty box. So the 2 players that got the misconduct infractions have been sent back to the locker room. It looks like Faulkner, Partridge, Ula, who scored the last goal for the Petes, are out there, and Liam Lads will be out there for the Petes for this 5-on-4. So it's going to be 5-on-4 action rather than 4-on-3. Hughes, Edwards, Cooper, Misiak, and Frasca are going to be out there for the Otters. And it looks like the referees have everything settled out now, as the Otters will still have a 5-on-4 power play for a minute 51. And Misiak looks like he's actually going to go back to the bench, and instead Frazier will come onto the ice. So it looks like they're going to do a center ice face-off here. A very rare one to happen outside of the opening draw of a period. So we're back to play now. And the Peterborough Petes will be on the PK.
Erie penalty, number 80, Jake Erie. 10 minutes.
And that puck is going to be cleared and will be played out by Furlong. Edwards. He'll chip it out to Frasca as he will quarterback this attack on the power play. Frasca.
5 minutes for fighting and again misconduct.
Chipped it out to Hughes. Hughes gains the line but circles back. Get it to Edwards. Edwards stops up. Gets it to Cooper. Now back to Frazier here at the point. Back to Edwards. Edwards cross pass, but it went off the skate of Hughes. Otters able to maintain control. D-to-D pass. Rashut. And that just goes wide and off Ula.
10 minutes for inciting, 10 minutes for failure to leave the area, fighting and game this.
Frazier trying to chip it out. Frasca able to keep it in.
5 minutes for fighting and game.
One-timer attempt, that just goes high, and it'll go out of play. And we're going to stop it here with 9:16 left to go. Quite the assortment of penalties that were being doled out here as our P&A announcer was announcing some of them. 9:16 left to go here. Face-off will be to the left of Lee Stack, who took over the goaltending duties at the start of the second period, relieving Mason Johnston, who played the third period yesterday and the first period today. And Peterborough will win the draw as Liam Lads has the puck on his stick, and he'll just clear it all the way out, and Lads just takes a bit of a hit. Lads able to get up under his own power, and he'll remain in the game. Looks like he's okay from that hit. Here come the Otters as they gain the zone. Backhand pass not there, and Lee Stack will come out to play it, and it'll just throw it into the far side corner. Otters have it here, Agret. Gets it off to D'Alessio, takes a shot, but he is tripped up, and there's going to be a penalty coming up here, and there's a little bit of pushing and shoving here coming on between Edwards and Hartnell. And it will be a tripping call against the Petes. 8:36 left to go. 10 seconds left here on the Petes penalty kill as Yanis Lutz will head to the box. There's also an Otters player headed in there. Caden Edwards also going to the box for Erie. Hartnell also going into the box now for Peterborough. So there's 4 men in the box. Both are going to be for slashing. It's getting quite crowded there in that penalty box. For the Pete side anyway. Also, the coincidental minor looked like to be slashing. The initial penalty was a tripping. Coach Andrew Verner of the Peterborough Pete's not happy with it. He's trying to talk with the officials and understand what's going on and why those calls were made. But nonetheless, that puts Peterborough in a worse situation now. It's going to be 5-on-3 for 10 seconds. Well, that is enough time to be able to get a goal off here. Let's see what happens as Erie will win the face-off draw. Erie. Brasco with a shot and saved by Lee Stack. And he stops the one-timer as Brooks will exit the penalty box. And it'll be 5-on-4. As another penalty has been killed off. Peterborough Beach trying to kill off now another 5-on-4 that they have been shorthanded for a good chunk of this game so far. Face off to the left of Lee Stack, and we'll get restarted here.
2 for slashing. Peterborough penalty number 14, Yanis Lutz, 2 minutes.
And the face-off will be won by the Otters as Fraser. We'll have it here. G-to-G pass. Shot. Oh, and it's saved by Lee Stack. It looks like did a little bit of the splits and lost his balance, but no rebound shot, and Erie will restart their attack again here in the offensive zone. Hughes with a shot, that just goes wide right. Peterborough will come away with it. Here comes Brennan Faulkner. He's got Partridge with him. He tries to dance around, shot, and that just goes high as it was deflected. Faulkner will go back to the bench. In the offensive zone are the Otters here. They have a man advantage for another minute 12. Back at the far side point. Otters trying to shuffle it around, and that pass just missed the stick of Dylan Edwards. And Garrett Fisher will have to come around and get it. He's being hounded right now by Caden McGregor. McGregor getting a lot of time here on special teams. Here, one-time attempt. Where's that puck? Went off a defender. Lee Stack had no idea where it went for a second, but the Petes will come out with it after that scrum, and they'll just clear the puck through the length of the ice. And Furlong will have to recorral it and control it, and the Otters will have to restart. 28 seconds left on their power play. 7 minutes left here in the second period. Cooper on the near side boards. Lost the puck, and now Levac is giving chase with Cabral. Levac trying to jump around him, but Cabral will win the battle on that one. D'Alessio lost control of the puck. He's got to regroup here. D'Alessio falls down, and that's going to be a penalty against the Petes. I believe that's Adam Levac, and Levac is not happy with that one, going immediately to the official that made that call, but the other official trying to veer him away. Levac not happy with that call as he heads to the box in frustration. It'll be a holding the stick call, I believe. And again, the Peterborough Pete's discipline problems just continue here. So we'll get 5-on-3 action for 6 seconds. And Pete's win the draw, and that'll probably kill out one penalty. And that puck was circled out of play, and the Otters are trying to contest and argue that that was actually a delay of game, as they're claiming it did not hit the boards. The officials right now are getting together and conferencing on if it was going to be a delay of game call. Let's see. They've already got one so far. And it is another delay of game penalty. So the discipline problems continue here for Peterborough, as now they'll be 5-on-3 for a minute 55. There's 1 second left on the penalty to Yanis Lutz. He'll be out there in a second, but that doesn't really matter too much, as there'll be a minute 54, or 55 rather, of 5-on-3. So a big hole the Peterborough Pete's have to climb themselves out of. Seeing 5-on-3 for virtually 2 minutes. And face-off won by the Petes. So Yanis Lutz cannot come out of the box because of the other supplemental penalties that are in there, but his penalty is over, and he'll be allowed to return to the bench at the next whistle. Here comes Faulkner, is able to chip that puck away and able to clear the zone. Otters gain the zone. Faulkner working hard to prevent that puck from crossing the blue line as he chips it back. And the Otters have to regroup again here. And now they'll gain the zone on the far side. Agret. Over to D'Alessio. Back to Cabral. Back to D'Alessio. Him and Cabral are just playing back and forth here. Monkey in the middle with no monkey. Cabral with a shot head saved by Lee Stack. And they'll cover it up here, and we'll get a stoppage play with 5:47 left to go here. Still a minute 04 left of the second last penalty, so that's how much time we'll get on 5-on-3, barring a goal from the Otters. And there'll be an additional 6 seconds of 5-on-4 after that. So the Peterborough Petes have to kill off the 5-on-3 for at least another 64 seconds. And they'll win the face-off here. And they'll successfully clear it, as Fraser could not stop the puck, but however does stop up in the neutral zone, and Erie will quickly gain the zone once again. Edwards with a U-turn. Stops up. Edwards again. Get it off to Misiak. Back to Fraser now, center point. One-timer shot, it's saved by Lee Stack as he absorbs it in his chest. Stopping Callum Hughes. And it's going to be 39 seconds left of 5-on-3 action before the Levac penalty subsides. Gensula also serving the last penalty for the delay of game. He's in the box for another 45 seconds. And the Petes win the draw again, but puck has been turned over immediately to Erie. I was going to say it was a good job by the Petes winning those puck battles, those face-offs, to shave off some of that face-off time. But nonetheless, the puck ends up in the Erie zone, so they've got to regroup here. Frasca, he has it on the near side. D-to-D pass here to Edwards. Edwards skates up. Give it to Fraser. Back to Edwards. Edwards shoots, and blocker save by Lee Stack. Misiak here on the near side. Creeps up. One-time attempt shot, and it just goes wide. That'll go out of the zone, and Levac will be able to get that puck as he immediately exits the box. And now Ulo will come out of the box as well. So Peterborough successfully killed off those penalties that they have been hurting them. Let's see if they can find something on offense now. Haven't been able to register a lot of shots as a result, as the Otters are winning in that department, 25-10 so far. And slipping and falling there was an Otter. No penalty, and play will continue here. 2-on-2 back the other way. A nice dive there. Sliding block there from the Otters. It was Garrett Fraser stopping that here. Here's Levac though. With some space, takes a shot. Save. Rebound. Puck is still loose. Levac has it from behind the net. Tried to backhand it out there. The glove of Furlong is off. And they're just going to call it dead here. As Furlong was without his glove and also without his blocker. The blocker is actually inside the net as he gets it. So the referees will stop play here. Bit of a break there for the Otters as Peterborough was trying to capitalize there on a downed Furlong. But this game will remain tied at 3:56 left to go here in the second period. So you got to wonder if all those killed penalties have fired up the Petes a little bit there, as immediately when it was 5-on-5, they were right back on the attack. And how deflating is this for the Otters? How will they respond after squandering the prolonged 5-on-3 that they had, because it was penalty after penalty for the Petes. But they come out unscathed, and those who aren't on the special teams have been waiting on the bench for a while now, and I bet they're ready to go. Face-off will be to the right of Furlong. Face-off won by the Petes, and that was a good reason why that they were able to kill off so many penalties, winning a lot of the face-off draws as Liam Ladd's shot goes way wide. Oh, that pass is intercepted by Chavez, who keeps it in the zone, tries to take a shot, but goes off a skate of an Otter, and they'll take it out as Wodsney takes a shot and glove save, but couldn't corral it out of the rebound taken by Kent's Ula, who receives a check from Edwards. But Zekel will able to get the puck and get it into the zone. Chip down, Edwards will just try to dump it in. No icing called. The play will continue. Caden McGregor is out there for the Peterborough Petes, looking to make an impact as that shot goes way wide. And it's cleared into the neutral zone. Otters with possession. As Trevino gets it. As the Otters threatening. There's a shot. Oh, rings one off the post. As Wadley with the shot. Lott's able to chip it all the way out there. Will it reach for icing? No, it will not. Refs will say play on. DeBrawl loads up, takes a shot off Hartnell, rebound chance, and score! And Luke Plant taking advantage of a fortuitous bounce, able to pounce on it and regains the lead for the Otters. It's 2-1. And that initial point shot hit off a defender, I believe, and then it was Johnny on the spot as Plant able to pounce on that. Hard for Lee Stack to be able to track that down. Those ricochet shots are the toughest to track. And that is a goal for the Otters as they regain the lead. It's 2-1 with 2.5 left to play here in the second period. Plant getting his first of the game. Otters with possession of it in their own zone. Now the Petes have it in the defensive zone, but Plant's coming out, trying to cause some havoc. Now Erie will just cross ice, dump it in. Nolan Davis will be the first to touch it up. He's trying to clear the zone, and pass is intercepted. One-time chance, saved by Lee Stack. Rebound, and it comes from behind the net. And Faulkner will just clear the zone. D'Alessio now in the Otters area. Oh, that pass is intercepted by Lutz, and he'll just turn around and dump it back in. Blunt, oh, just narrowly missing a check there, but he's able to get it to Garrett Fraser. Now to Cabral. Tipped in now into the Pete zone. Here's a chance, circling through, and Lee Stack able to make the stop as that puck was not fully on the stick of Blunt, looking for his second, and Lee Stack will cover it up with 1:27 left to go here in the second period. Both these teams have shared a goal here in the second, but it's the Erie Otters who enjoy the 1-goal lead right now. Luke Plant right now with the game winner as it stands, but we still have a period to go, and we're in the final 80 seconds of the second period. Erie able to hold the line, but Caloric able to get it out there. Partridge comes in to join the fray, slapped on and chopped, and the Otters will win that battle as they leave the zone. Now on the near side, Frasca spins around and avoids a check. Misiak on the far side. Last minute of play here in the second period. Trevino loads up, fires, and that was blocked by Partridge. Levac will circle it around. Partridge Trevino meeting at the puck. Trevino will chip it back to the far side boards. Centering pass. Couldn't be handled on the back stick of Frasca. And coming out with it is Levac, but he's pinned up against the blue line. And Gladman will have the puck here in his own zone. Lutz with the puck in his own zone. Lutz trying to gain the line. He will. Dangling around. He's got a chance. Shot. Oh, to save. There's a rebound chance. Where's the puck? It's behind the net. Peterborough centering pass. Not quite there, but Hartnell able to pounce on that puck. To Faulkner, who takes a shot. Saved by the blocker. As Furlong temporarily didn't have a stick. Faulkner with another shot, but it was a weak one. And it was easily gloved up there by Furlong. What a stoppage of play. He kind of scooped it up there like a shortstop in baseball. Kind of like a bobbling grounder. As there are 3.5 seconds left here. Peterborough Pete's not opting to pull their goal here in the final 3.5 seconds. Let's see if they can get a clean face-off win and get a shot off before the period's end. We've seen stranger things before. And Peterborough will win it, but they can't get a shot off, and that is going to do it for the second period. And uh-oh. There comes some more pushing and shoving as things are getting chippy out there as everybody on the ice is in that corner. Players are tied up. A little bit of a headlock there. I can see it on kind of the right side of the scrum there as the referees are telling them to disengage. This time they're disengaging a little bit more. There's still one Pete and one Otter on the ground. Referees are trying to sort it out. And finally they're being let up and told to let go. But that is going to do it for the second period as the Erie Otters still lead it 2-1 over the Peterborough Petes with goals for Jens Ula for the Petes and Luke Plant for the Erie Otters. And that's how we stand 2-1. We'll be right back after the second intermission. Don't go away. We'll have more OHL preseason hockey action after this short break. And we are back, just minutes away from coming out of the second intermission here of OHL preseason action, as the visiting Erie Otters have a 2-1 lead over the Peterborough Petes. And oh boy, it felt like we were never going to get out of that second period, as there was just rumbling, bumbling, and stumbling around with a lot of players, as there was quite a number of penalties listed on the board, a couple fights, so definitely the price of admission for these fans here at the Peterborough Memorial Center. But nonetheless, we made out of it, and the Otters have a 2-1 lead right now over the Peterborough Petes, as Getz Ula was able to tie things up for the Petes, but took about roughly 10 and a half minutes later, and Luke Plant was able to get the lead back for the Otters. That's where it stands here. It's 2-1, as this is the second game of a back-to-back series between these two teams. Peterborough won yesterday 5-2 with a huge third period surge. And as we are moments away from starting the third period, let's see if lightning can strike twice for them. The Erie Otters have dominated their shots on goal so far. They have 30 to Peterborough's 16, and that is largely in part to the amount of penalties doled out to the Petes. But let's see if Peterborough can come back and tie this game up and possibly take the lead, as they were able to kill off a number of penalties, including a 5-on-3 which occurred twice, overlapping several penalties over each other to cause those 5-on-3 situations. But nonetheless, we'll see what we can do here as we head into the third period. If you're just joining us here, you're watching OHL preseason hockey here on the Peterborough Petes YouTube channel. My name is David Bowie. Pleased to have all of you fans watching here on YouTube, and to all the fans watching out here live at the Peterborough Memorial Center. Peterborough Petes OHL champions 3 seasons ago, but have come in last place in the league these last 2 years, and looking to turn their fortunes around hopefully this year. They have a couple young studs in Colin Fitzgerald and Carson Cameron, and they got Caden McGregor, their first overall pick, the team's first in franchise history. And here we go to start the third period. Erie Otters will win the opening draw and will have possession of it from behind the net. Easiak. That's a stop up for the forechecker, and now he gains the line. Easiak trying to follow through, but that's knocked away by Ula. Has a goal of this game so far, the lone one for the Petes. Shot and save there by Lee Stack. Lee Stack remaining in net for the Petes. He took over Mason Johnston after the first period. He'll get the duties here in the third, as Chase Furlong will remain in net for the Otters. He'll play the whole entire game, as yesterday it was Owen Papp who got to play the entire game. Ula, just couldn't quite handle it. He had a chance. One-timer shot, tip, save. And a couple good chances there for Peterborough, as DeLessio was able to get the loose puck and come out of there, as Furlong had to do the splits to make a couple stops as the Petes were trying to whack it in. Edwards will come out here on the near side wing, cuts through the middle. He's stick checked and loses the puck. DiConzolo back the other way, stops up, drop pass, a little bit of a lazy one, but Latz is able to get it there, but his pass not there, as Hughes was able to knock it away, and Plant, who scored the game's last goal, has it. Kind of left it up there for a teammate, but couldn't be re-corralled. However, Otters will retain control, enter the attacking zone. Trevino trying to backhand it across, goes way wide. Back out to the point, but can't be held by Hughes. And the Otters will have to regroup, as they'll get some fresh legs onto the bench, or off the bench rather, and same for the Petes. McGregor is out there on the ice, and he's trying to approach the attacker on that one. Ula slips and blows a tire. And Ezekiel is trying to support him. Ula with it. He'll send it on his backhand. Keeping it in the zone. Ezekiel trying to get the puck, and now Agret now has it, tries to toe drag around, but he has lads all over him, smothering him. And D'Alessio will cross ice pass here in the neutral zone. Agret can't handle the pass there, and the Petes will take over. And now Levac has it on the near side. He'll chip it in before being checked as he was swarmed by 2 Otters. Erie able to clear the zone. And Thatcher, he'll just dump it right back in. It was tipped, so no icing, and we'll play on. D'Alessio. Get it to Agret, who cross ices and banks it off for Edwards, but he can't quite reach it. Not quite the angle he wanted that as. And now Sturgeon will take over for the Petes, but his pass was blocked. Oh, pushed up against the boards was Chavez. Chance out in front, and puck is battered away there by the Otters. Edwards loses the puck on the blue line, and Chavez will keep it in. Brooks, he gets a bit of a check there as Edwards able to intercept his pass. Edwards on the far side wing. Now to Wozni. Wozni backs it to Edwards. Edwards with a shot, it's saved by Lee Stack. Easy save there, he saw it all the way. Lutz U-turns, tries to get it out of the zone. He can, he's hounded, and Wozni able to chip the puck out. But Phillips' pass is intercepted by the Petes in the defensive zone. Puck dumped in, the Petes will be first to grab it. They'll chip it around, and those square boards just not helping the Petes right now. As that chips off the boards and will remain Erie's puck, as they'll have it as Frasca trying to battle through Hartnell. And the Petes will be able to scoot up as Lads has it. He's tied up right now. Here comes a second Otter to come in to help, and here comes Lutz also to help out as well. Battle for it behind the net, and the Petes will come away with it. Otters able to hold the line, however, but is now back in the Petes' hands as Lads. Neutral zone pass, almost played with the high stick. No, it won't be a high stick as Misiak has it. The Petes able to get that off that bad pass. That ricochet. Cabral able to clear the zone. Now Ula will have it in no man's land. Lads in his own zone. Tries to chip it across the wing. And there'll be no icing there as it was tipped off a player. So play will continue. Blount has it in his own zone. He'll try to carry it out. Gets to Misiak, who can't play it off his skate. And now it's turned over, and Levac has McGregor with him. Levac looking for McGregor. Instead he sends it from behind the net. But Misiak able to meet up with it with the puck. Trevino circles it around to Plant. He'll get it back to Gladman. To Cooper now who gains the line. Cooper, who has Plant behind him, decides to take a backhand shot and misses wide. And now the Petes have it from within their own zone. Ula being pinned up against the boards. That's Tyler Cooper who's on him. Puck squirts out, and the Petes will corral it as Kaloric, who had a goal in yesterday's game, looking for another one. Gets it to McGregor, but McGregor can't handle the pass, and he skates by it. And here comes Trevino back the other way. He loses the puck at the blue line. Able to recover it, tries to take a shot, but winds up in the stick of Pete. That was Thatcher who was able to wind up with it. And now Ula has it. Pass across. Pete's able to chip it out into the neutral zone. Hughes trying to control the puck. It's turned over. And the Petes will just chip it in. Good job there by Chavez causing the turnover. Zioko trying to control it but can't. And now the Otters will have possession in the defensive zone. Getting the line, Wozni takes a quick shot. Easily stopped there for Lee Stack with a blocker. He bats it down. D'Alessio will carry that puck back into his own zone, and the Otters will regroup here. But they have a 1-goal lead, so they're happy to take it easy here as just over 6.5 minutes have elapsed here in the first period. Puck launched up into the air, a little flip dump. And the Petes will just dump it right back in. That was Sturgeon who kind of banked it off the boards and dumped it in. Now D'Alessio has it, cross pass, not there, but Edwards able to get the loose puck And they'll regroup once again. D'Alessio in his own zone. Saucer pass there for Edwards, and he gets it. Gains the line. Nice defense there from Lutz. Able to get him on the back check and force the turnover. Now Lutz gains the blue line. Stick handles, takes a shot, but it was deflected off a stick. And Furlong will cover it up here. And it'll be a stoppage in play with 12:44 left to go here in the third period. And what was a very slow-paced second period, now very fast third period with few whistles. Already 7:16 has elapsed here in the third period. So a very fast one, and that plays into the favor of the Otters as Peterborough is down 2-1 right now. Looking for a little bit of a comeback here in the third period. At least get one to tie it up, but it's still anybody's game here as we are approaching the halfway mark of the third period. Again, if you're just joining us here, you are watching Ontario Hockey League preseason action here on the Peterborough Pete's YouTube channel. My name is David Bowie. Very happy to bring you along here throughout this broadcast. And a big thank you to everyone tuning in on YouTube and to the fans out here at the Peterborough Memorial Center who have come out to watch this preseason action. Also several Erie fans out here as well, making that long drive over from Erie to Peterborough. I think it's roughly a 3-hour drive, maybe 3:15 to get here. So definitely some travels, but that's what fans do for their teams. It's nice to see some Otter fans out here as well joining the Peterborough Petes in this preseason game. Face off to the right of Furlong, and it'll be won by Peterborough, but it'll escape Ula's stick as that was in the air. So Pete's will have to touch it up here, but their forecheck almost caused a turnover. And Levac will control it here as he will do a chip and chase into the near side corner, and Levac will be there first to grab the puck. He's knocked off it, and there's a battle for it along the near side corner. Levac has it from behind the net. Centering pass is a chance on the front. Shot, a dive and a save. Second chance and saved by Furlong as he was out on the floor in desperation. As Elijah Chavez tried to get it through but couldn't get it done. Deacon Zolo also had an attempt there. I believe he actually had both those shots as he was all alone, one-on-one with the goaltender. Had some time to stick handle it through, but just couldn't find the back of the net as Furlong's desperation had paid off. Face-off won by Fraser and the Otters. Pete's able to turn the puck over in the offensive zone. Pete's knocked off the puck and Erie trying to clear it. They can't, however. Oh, there's some huge hits happening, and there's some big body checks happening. As I believe Caloric and Fraser were a part of that. Oh, here comes an on-man rush back the other way. Behind the back. Shot! Save! Where's the puck? Rebound! Oh, how did that go in? That puck was fluttered as Caden McGregor had a chance to get his first goal. But somehow Furlong was able to make the stop. What an opportunity there for the #1 overall pick. As McGregor gets it. Here's a chance all alone. Deep shot. Oh, it's saved by Furlong. As he just got a tip of it as Ula tried to stick handle a little too much. Here's a chance. Shot. Save. And Plant's able to clear it, but there's going to be a penalty here coming up. Oh, what opportunities were there for the Petes, and what a sequence. But somehow, Furlong able to stop them all and keep this just a 1-goal game. But the effort of the Petes does not go unrewarded as Oliver Turner will head to the penalty box for 2. And a bit of a reprieve here for the Petes. Let's see if they can capitalize here on the power play. They haven't had many opportunities as opposed to what they had yesterday. Petes win the draw here as Levac has it from behind the net. Levac. Oh, that pass as could not be there for Lutz, and now here's an odd man rush back the other way. Just a shot, rings one off the crossbar.
Erie penalty, number 3, Oliver Turner, 2 minutes
Oh, and a shorthanded counterattack almost proves costly for Peterborough. But now Leastack able to settle things here for the Petes as they'll come out with the attack. Getting the line on the far side. Oh, and Lutz takes a bit of a hit, but he stays on both of his feet. Here comes Caloric all alone. Shot! Hit the grass, but he scores! Leon Caloric left alone on an island, and he plants it top shelf off the crossbar. Bar down, you have to love that sound. And it is all tied up here at 2 apiece as Caloric gets his second goal of the series. We're all tied up here at 2. And I don't know how you leave a man wide open like that, as Caloric was left alone on an island. And he made no mistake. I thought that didn't go in for just a split second, but it went through. The referees and fans clearly were ahead of me on that one. And we're all knotted up here. A power play goal for Caloric. He scored one yesterday and he gets another one today. And that's a huge sigh of relief here for the Peterborough Petes. They capitalize on the power play. Only their second of the game, but they made it count. Now Levac back on the attack from behind the net. Backhand pass there, but the second pass from Caloric meets nobody. And the Petes want the touch up here. Peterborough in control of the puck in their own zone. Brendan Faulkner. Nice saucer pass over to Caloric. Caloric stops up. It wasn't intended for a drop pass, but it happened to be that way. But Phillips was first there for Erie. And they'll have possession in their own zone as Gladman. 4th round draft pick from this year. No longer has the puck now. It's back to the Petes. Deaconzolo. Backhands it across from behind the net. Lutz. Trying sending pass. Cuz trying to bank shot it off. It did hit the pad of Furlong, but not behind the net. And there's going to be a whistle here.
Hey, Petes fans, are you looking to bring your group?
And we're going to see what the call is as the linesman.
10+ tickets to any regular season home game.
It looks like it's going to be a delay of game penalty here for a too many men rather.
Book your group right now.
As he was signaling 6 to the timekeeper. So the Peterborough Petes are going to likely go back on the power play here. We haven't had a man go to the box yet, but the penalty box is opening up here. So it'll be a too many men penalty as 2nd round draft pick Tyler Cooper, taken in this year's Ontario priority selection, will head to the box. And the Petes have a chance to take the lead for the first time this game here in the power play. Hartnell gets it back to Caloric. Hurt with a shot, it goes off a defender and into the near side corner. Hartnell has it here on the near side point to Levac. Tic-tac-toe, oh, and the toe just couldn't get it. There's a quick shot over top. But Caloric couldn't get the shot off on that tic-tac-toe pass, or he would have had a wide open net. Hartnell to Levac. Levac tried to pass it, but it goes off the skate of Turner. Faulkner cross crease pass to Lutz. Lutz has it, and he'll send it back for Faulkner, captaining the team today. Cross crease pass not there. There's a broken Otters stake out there, so it'll be a 5-on-3.5, we'll say. One timer, where's that puck? It was a kind of one time, and it looks like it's caught in between the pads of Furlong. So we'll get a stoppage here, and that'll be relief for the Otters, as that stoppage of play will give the stick back. 1 minute left on the Petes power play. They capitalized on their last one. They were 1 for 2 here on the power play. Looking to go 2 for 3 and take the lead for the first time this game. Cade McGregor will take the face-off, and he wins it for the Petes. He's been mainly a special teams plug, as he was last night. Ula trying to force that puck out. Deaconzolo now has it. From outside the circle. Sends it back to the far side point for Ula. And Ula. Stick handles. From behind the net, he has the puck kind of stick checked loose. And with DiConzolo trying to come together to try to get that puck. Now there's a battle for it along the near side boards, just off the corner. 3 Petes and 1 Otter, and the Petes will win that battle. They have possession of another near side corner. Chip back to Ula, who has 1 goal already. DiConzolo. And he loses the puck. Good job there on Misiak to jar it loose. And now AJ Gladman is pinned up with 2 Petes. But the Otters somehow win that battle. They try to clear it but couldn't. Now Ula, cross-ice pass. Final seconds of the penalty. There's a quick shot through traffic. Rebound. DiConzolo loads up, fires, and that just goes off Misiak's skate as he blocks it. Back to even strength. DiConzolo. Oh, and a good defensive play there by Trevino to stop that one-timer attempt. And Cooper try to clear the zone. And kind of a slide there from Misiak, who has no stick. Here's a chance, 2-on-1, one-timer, and saved by Lee Stack. And that draws the applause of the Peterborough crowd on that odd man rush one-timer. Lads tries to gain the line, loses the puck. And now we've got some Go Petes Go chants happening here from the crowd, trying to cheer them on in this very close game. 6.5 left to go here in regulation. We're all tied up here at 2. After a Leon Caloric goal, continuing his preseason point streak, as he scored yesterday and got another one today. He had a 2-point game last night with a goal and an assist. And so far he's got a goal here in this game. Puck play from behind the net as Turner is able to chip it out to one of his teammates. They can't clear the zone and Peterborough will keep it in. And it finally settles in the neutral zone as Thatcher will send it back out and D'Alessio will have it in his own zone. Erie Otters having trouble trying to get it out of their defensive zone as the Pete's forecheck is very strong, and there's a good check there to force the turnover, but the pass not to the mark. But again, the Petes are relentless here with their forecheck. They have the puck. Davis, shot from the point. Now that goes off an Otters skate and parried to the far side. Levac. He'll chip it. It might have been played by high stick, but the referees are calling offside, so the Petes have to tag up. And it'll give the Otters a little bit of a break. Raska on the far side. Again, the Petes doing a great job applying the forecheck, not allowing the Otters to get out. Lutz tries to load up, takes the shot, tries to go high, and it just goes a little too high. Davis can't hold it at the blue line, and that'll skip past him, so he'll have to go back into his own zone to retrieve that puck. Long outlet pass, not there, and it goes off the skate of Garrett Frazier. Pete's having to get his Cabral. That's rather Sturgeon dumped it in. It'll be played by Furlong. He'll just shoot it out. And that will go into the neutral zone. Will be played up by Lads. Lads tries to chip it. Oh, and it goes into the bench. Almost hits one of the athletic training staff. Watch out there. We're going to stop to play with exactly 4.5 minutes left to go in regulation. But the lone goal of the period will go to Leon Caloric and the Peterborough Petes on the power play. The game-tying goal. In what has been a very fast third period, contrary to what the second period was. I believe, according to our technical crew there, it was roughly 55 minutes long in real time. So a long period, but this one has gone by very quickly. All knotted up here at 2 apiece. And before this period had started, the Erie Otters had 30 shots on goal. I believe the Petes were in the mid-10s, and now they've caught up now, and now it's 33-27 in favor of the Otters, but the Petes definitely getting the best of the third period, and it goes to show on the scoreboard as they have 1 goal to show for it so far. Petes with 11 shots this period, to the Otters 3. So perhaps the momentum of all the killed penalties done by Peterborough has caught up with them in a good way. And so far it is showing on the shot count, it showed up on the scoreboard, and let's see what the Otters can do to mitigate the momentum here as we have a center ice draw here, as Frasca and Partridge will take the draw. And it'll be won by Peterborough as Ula comes up to take that puck, and a quick shot there will be easily stopped and gloved by Chase Furlong. So we're going to stop it here with 4:24 left to go. Only 6 seconds for that play to happen. Face-off will be to the right of Furlong. As the same man who took the draw will take it again. Face-off won by the Otters, and they're able to clear the zone. However, Edwards couldn't handle that pass. It'll go out to neutral ice. It'll be dumped right back in as the Otters will try to get another possession. But again, the Petes are very aggressive on the forecheck. They're sending 3 forwards. Oh, and watch out there! As that puck goes flying out to the stands and narrowly missing a couple people. I think I saw one fan that almost able to grab it from behind his head there, but potential souvenir there for a lucky fan. And we're going to stop it here, and we'll have, again, the rare center ice face-off that's outside of the start of a period. And will be won by the Petes. Gonzalo will chip it in, and Partridge will be the first to hit it as he backhands it through, but it'll be picked up by an Otter. Oh, what a huge hit there by Gonzalo as Plant kind of lost his footing a little bit with the puck and absorbed the hit and paid the price. And that got a rise out of the Pete's bench. Pete's able to come away with the puck there and carry it into neutral zone, but good stick checking there by the Otters, able to jar it loose, and D'Alessio will have it. For Fraser, he'll do a bank pass right into a Pete stick, but the Petes have it in their own zone, and they'll bank it right back. Is there going to be an icing call? Yes, there will. And D'Alessio would be the first man there, so icing will be against the Peterborough Petes with 3:19 left to go here in regulation. Could be an opportunity here for the Otters. Possibly some tired Petes out there. Hughes will be in the face-off draw for the Otters, as Brody Partridge will be opposite to him. Face-off won by the Petes, and that's a big one there. As they can, they'll get some legs off there, and that's exactly what they're going to do. The fresh set of forwards will come onto the ice. Chavez able to force the turnover and try to chip it through, and it looks like it went off an Otter and then into the bench. So we're going to stop it to play with 3:05 left to go here in the third period. And the Petes will be able to get 2 fresh defensemen on there, since they were under the icing call earlier. They were able to replace the forwards. Now the defensemen can come off. Back at center ice once again. Number of times now we've seen a center ice draw that wasn't at the start of the period. It's been happened a lot in this game. Chavez, he'll dump it in here, circling it around to the near side. 2-on-2 battle against the boards, and the Otters will come out with it. Misiak will come out as he's able to escape his zone and gain the line. Shot, and that goes off Ula's stick, up and out of play, and that will stop the game here at 2:43 left to go in the third period. We're all knotted up here at 2 apiece. And it seemed like that the Otters had a majority of the control of this game here, but the Peterborough Petes have taken it back with 12 shots this period to the Otters 3, so they've definitely neutralized the offense of Erie. But now they have another defensive zone draw here for the Petes. And the Petes will win it. And Lutz is able to chip that out to the neutral zone. D'Alessio. They'll get it to Frasca, but Frasca has chipped off the puck, but Edwards able to reclaim it. This pass is knocked away by Lutz. Cooper now with the puck. He'll get it back to the far side point. There's a one-time shot. And that's easily parried away, I believe, by a defender. D'Alessio will keep it in with his hand. Oh no, and now there's a penalty coming up here. Oh, as Ula's helmet comes off, and he's having some words with Frasca, and they're pushing each other. The gloves aren't off, but Ula's helmet is off. Will this play in favor to the Petes because of it? I would assume that Frasca is headed to the box. I think I heard the linesman say both which would indicate that Ula is also headed to the box, and that's exactly what is happening here. Ula is headed to the box, and so is Gabriel Frasca. The two players involved in that little scuffle. Quickly broken up by the referees this time around. So coincidental minors will see 4-on-4 action, so this will open up the ice as there's 2:15 left on the game clock. So virtually see the remainder of the game with 4-on-4. Only 15 seconds of 5-on-5 will occur after this. So this will open up some space for both teams here. This will be a very important draw for these teams. Peterborough looking to get out of the defensive end. Erie looking to capitalize here with this draw. Let's see what happens. And Peterborough will win it. Important win there as Hartnell will carry it out. He'll get it to Faulkner. Captain for the Pete's today. Faulkner can't chip in the puck right, and it'll come in the hands of the Otters. Misiak, cross-ice dump, and that's going to be offside as looks like Dylan Edwards was way across that blue line before the puck had crossed it. And that will result in a neutral zone face-off that'll occur right in front of the penalty box. It'll be at the bottom of your screen, the bottom bare right, just outside the blue line. And both teams' benches are rising. Standing up there, giving some stick taps. They're cheering on their respective teams, and the Petes will come away with it. Looks like Lads will just ice the puck for some odd reason, and that will be icing against the Petes. Not sure what Lads was thinking there, but nonetheless, it'll be an icing call against Peterborough. And Erie will have a chance to win an offensive zone faceoff. Pete's won the last defensive draw. Let's see what happens here. And it'll be again the Peterborough Petes. They'll win the defensive zone draw. And they'll be able to leave the defensive zone. Partridge throws a bit of a check from Edwards. 11-on-11 hate there. And Erie will control the puck out of their own zone. Edwards on the far side wing. Stops up at the blue line after he crosses it. To D'Alessio. Stick handles coming through. Cutting. Take the shot. It's saved. Rebound. It's loose. There's a quick shot. Oh, it just goes high and wide as Lee Stagg was temporarily out of the crease. Otters still retain possession in the offensive zone. Circling around to Misiak. But Partridge able to reach a stick out and slap it out as it goes back into the Otters zone. Last minute of play here in regulation. We're all tied up at 2 here. Could be next goal wins territory. As Peterborough will have it as Lutz has it in his own zone. 35 seconds left until we're back to 5-on-5. Lutz. Bank pass to Levac, who's waiting on the other side. Can't quite get it there. Lutz able to come in and help, but he loses the puck and will wind up on an Otter stick. That's Edwards. 15 seconds left of 4-on-4. 27 seconds left on the game clock. And offside is called there, and a nice break for the Petes. As we'll get a whistle with 22.9 seconds left and 7 seconds left of the coincidental minor penalties. And we'll be back to 5-on-5 play after that. Faceoff will just be outside of the blue line. And it'll be won again by the Petes. They've been doing a great job in the face-off circle, really limiting the damage that could potentially be done. But there's another icing call, and the Petes will have to win another draw here as there's 14.6 seconds left to go in regulation. Face-off will be to the right of Lee Stack. Peterborough Petes will be back in action here next Saturday for the third preseason game against the Kingston Frontenacs. That'll be at 2:05 p.m. We'll have that game streamed here on the Peterborough Pizza YouTube channel. Final 8 seconds. Pete's trying to go in for one last rush. Here comes Partridge trying to come in. 3 seconds left. And I don't think they're getting a shot off. And that is going to do it for regulation, as we are all tied up at 2 apiece, and we will be headed to overtime with Erie and Peterborough tied up here at 2. We'll be right back after this short break. And we are back, and it looks like we're going to go to a shootout here since it is preseason. The Erie Otters are going to play next here this Friday at 7 p.m. at the Canada Life Place. And they'll host the defending champion London Knights. Tough task ahead for them, as the ice crew is just quickly cleaning up, and we're going to see what happens here in the shootout. I know typically the home team likes to go first, but we'll see what's going to happen here. The same netminders are going to remain here for the overtime. So Dylan Lee Stack for Peterborough, undrafted free agent who signed with Peterborough on February. And Chase Furlong, a 5th round draft pick in 2023, will remain in net for the Erie Otters. So it looks like Leon Caloric and the Peterborough Petes will start it off in the shootout. Caloric scoring the game tying goal, also had one yesterday, and he will lead off the Petes.
Now shooting for your Peterborough Petes, number 12, Leon
Caloric ready to go, and here comes round 1 of the shootout. Caloric, he's going to go to the side and come in. Stick handles, deeks around, and save. One stick handle too many, as Furlong was able to stay with them and make the save. And there comes Erie Otters' first shooter. McLean Agret will be the first to go for the Otters. He's going to come on the near side as well. Stick handles. Oh, and he almost had Lee Stack beat, but he lost the puck in the process. And Agret can't score, so we're still tied here in the shootout.
Now shooting for the Peterborough Petes, number 16,
Caden McGregor, the number 1 overall pick. Fans have their eyes glued to him. And let's see what he can do in the shootout. McGregor, he's going to dance around, cutting through the middle. Shot, and he scores! And that's why they drafted him. They know he has the goal-scoring ability, as McGregor gets goal for the Petes. And they're up right now in the second round. Luke Plant will be the second shooter for Erie. He's going to come right at him. Shot and saved by Lee Stack. He absorbs it right in the right pad. So a goal here will do it. And the Ennis Lutz will get the honors to try to put this game away for the Peterborough Petes. Here comes Lutz. He's going to take it slowly. He's going to come here on the near side wing. Now cutting through the middle. Lutz stops up. Oh, and he just tried to beat him backhand, but Furlong able to stay with him all the way. So a stop here for Dylan Lee Stack will win the game for the Petes. And the second round draft pick, Tyler Cooper, aimed on tying this up. If he scores, we play on. Cooper, stick handle shot, and he scores! Cooper able to beat Lee Stack on the backhand. And we will go to the fourth round. Levac is going to be the fourth shooter. Huge silence over the crowd right now, seeing what Levac's going to do. Levac's going to come on his backhand a little bit. Takes a shot. Oh, and save there as Furlong. Not fooled by those deeks. And now Erie has a chance to win it here in overtime, as Alex Misiak will get the honors to be the fourth shooter. Misiak coming in now on the near side wing. Tries to deke. Oh, and he hits the post. He tried to lift it through his backhand. It did beat Lee Stack, but not the red bar. We call that the goaltender's best friend. And indeed, the friendship came through, as now Jerry DiCazzolo will come in as the fifth shooter. DiCazzolo, he'll take it off his backhand. He's going to come in through his forehand. Stops up, does take the distance shot, and stopping the 5-hole was Furlong. And the Otters have a chance to win it here again, as Lyndon Cabral is coming in, a fourth-round pick earlier this year in the priority selection. Let's see if he can do it and split the series. Cabral, stick handles. Oh, and it looks like he just kind of lost it, as it was a bit of a lazy shot. I think he kind of lost it on the stick handle and just tried to just heave it, and it was an easy save for Dylan Lee Stack. Now comes the captain of the day, Brennan Faulkner. And Faulkner coming in on the side. Faulkner, shot and pad save. Or a blocker save, rather, from Furlong.
Now shooting for the Erie Otters, number 7, Michael D'Alessio.
Michael D'Alessio now, the shooter for Erie, as we are now in round 6. Alessio coming in. Dekes it, and he's stopped by Lee Stack. Both goaltenders here showing their clutch genes, able to stop at least 5 of 6 here in the shootout. And now Joseph Cadoran, who had a 10-minute misconduct penalty earlier, now back out on the ice. He's coming with speed. Toe drag, oh, and he scores! And what a nifty little toe drag, and he slides that through 5-hole, and Cadoran scores here in the 7th round for the Petes. And the pressure is on for the Otters. Here comes Dylan Edwards, one of the starting forwards for the Otters. A stop here will win it for the Petes. He comes in, Edwards shot, and he scores! And a sigh of relief here for the Erie Otters as Edwards responds right back. And we're going to keep going here in the shootout. Brody Partridge will get the honor here in the 8th round. Partridge. He'll come out on the far side and swoop in. Partridge, stick handle shot. He scores! He slips it through the 5-hole. And the pressure is right back on the Erie Otters as Partridge scores.
Now shooting for the Erie Otters, number 88,
Alex Misiak. Or Frasca, rather. Comes in, shot! 5-hole score! And that seems to be the spot of choice right now for both teams, as Gabriel Frasca scores. Here comes Elijah Chavez. Chavez sneaks up, takes a shot. Oh, and it's stopped by Furlong. And we are in the bottom of round 9. This shootout is going for a while. Now here comes Garrett Frazier to try to win it for the Otters. Frazier dekes around, almost loses the puck, scoots, and saved by Lee Stack as he's able to seal out the space, as Frazier looks like he lost a handle on it. And now Johnny Brooks. Brooks is going to cut through the middle. Penalties back in. Oh, he loses the puck! And he did a desperation shot, but that's an easy save for Furlong. Round 9 at the bottom here. It looks like Kalen Edwards is going to come out here and try to win it for the Otters. Kalen Edwards. Deeks, shot and he scores! And that's going to do it. And the Erie Otters, after 9 rounds, will split the series as they win it by a score of 3-2 by virtue of the shootout. And they will leave the Peterborough Memorial Center with a shootout win, and that is going to do it. What a game it has been for these two teams, going to the 9th round of a shootout. Peterborough getting the 3rd period goal to tie it up, but it is Kalen Edwards able to send the Otters home happy, and they win it by a score of 3-2. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us here on the broadcast here on the Peterborough Pete's YouTube channel here for Ontario Hockey League preseason action. This is David Bowie signing off. Hope everybody gets home safe, and thank you so much for tuning into this game. We'll have more preseason action for you later on throughout the week. This is David Bowie signing off. Have yourselves a pleasant goodbye.